Oh, sorry. Welcome back to a great episode of the Scoreboard Addicts podcast. I'm Nick, and with me, as always, Anthony the Rook. And unfortunately, it's just going to be
just the two of us.
As TJ couldn't make it. He had a scheduling conflict this evening, though I do have a strange feeling that he is just going to pop up on us, as he is known to do when he says he can't make it.
He does. He did on vacation.
He did it on vacation. Yeah, I can't make it. He just popped up.
Yeah.
Weirdest thing.
That TJ. I was gonna say, me and TJ did the craft beer super show last night. Actually, it was a lot of fun. It was talking beers, talking about breweries, talking about shitty beers, talking about really good beers. It's good times.
Yeah, I have decided to abstain from drinking for a little bit. I'm taking a break.
What?
I'm going full Ross, and we're on a break right now.
Do you have a shock noise? I feel like you have a
gasp.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I'm just right now. I'm just drinking cherry vanilla Coke. That's what I'm cheersing with tonight.
That's pathetic.
It's not pathetic. Support me in my sobriety.
Well,
I'm trying out something new. All right, that's all.
Yeah, I mean, good for you. It's always positive. Try to stay sober.
No, it's not even like I'm a drunkard type deal. My lips have been really chapped lately, and I feel like the alcohol is just irritating it even worse. So it's like,
I was gonna say,
I've been dealing with this since Nashville.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Damn. I was gonna say you're gonna start getting those the 3 X's, like the tattoo.
Oh, like straight edge?
Yeah, the straight edge tattoo.
No, I'm not CM Punk. All right. But
no offense to anyone who is straight edge. Good for you. It's
yeah. I mean, hey, I am. But I'm still not CM Punk. Just like if I got into a fight with somebody in MMA, I'd probably last a little bit longer than the 45 seconds that he did.
Yeah, that was kind of embarrassing. He found out that MMA is real fighting, not scripted like the WWE.
Oh, okay, good. Don't say the F word.
I don't. I wasn't. I watched myself. I knew where I was going with that, and I was like, "Wait, what's the word that Nick always uses instead of what I would usually use?"
Staged. It's scripted.
Staged, scripted, kayfabe.
I mean, yeah, it's kayfabe. Don't use the F word. They don't like the F word.
No, they do not.
But
it's real to me, damn it.
Say that again.
It's still real to me, damn it. I love that guy.
So, I mean, coming off of last week, where probably the biggest week for us as a podcast. Last week we have former Jets special teams coach Mike Westhoff on the show.
Special team guru.
Yeah, I mean, arguably one of the greatest at his job in the history of the sport.
Yeah, he really is.
And my God, if he wasn't a damn pleasure. Like I'm still kind of riding high on that right now.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I've been listening back to it, and I'm editing some stuff to put clips out there to get people to listen more. But yeah, it was pretty awesome talking to him, and he stuck around for 32 years in the NFL. And there's a reason why. He's a great football mind. He took special teams, and it's funny because he was telling how he didn't even want to be in special teams. He kind of just took it by accident and then ran with it.
He took it because he was trying to stop a buddy of his from getting fired.
Yeah, which is incredible too. It's just like what a good friend. And then he revolutionized special teams. Basically, he was the one who thought of like the wedges, the gaps, and the different blocks and schemes that you would do on special teams. I guess before him, it was just kick it down the field and see how much you get. But yeah, incredible football mind. I'm happy that he said he wants to come back because I love to talk more with him, read his book, and then get to talk about some more stuff.
Yeah, his book comes out July 12th. You can get it everywhere books are sold, to include Kindle. It's going to be on Kindle July 12th. But at present time, you can only get it on Mascot Publications on their website, and they'll ship it straight to your house.
It's called Figure It Out, a 32-year journey. It's by Mike Westhoff.
Yep. But moving on to this week, kind of a big week. There were some things that happened this week in multiple sports that we're going to get into. The first thing I want to start with is it's summertime. That means there's only one sport going on right now, but we're not going to get there just yet. I'm going to gloss over one sport that I do not follow. We didn't talk about it last week, But the Golden State Warriors won the NBA Finals, which, by the way, is the stupidest name for any championship that you could have. It sounds like a test. And they do it in June. It's like the NBA Finals. Ooh.
It does sound like a
Like they could have get like at least like the Stanley Cup Finals. At least you know what you're
playing
going for. You're going for the Stanley Cup. That's what the trophy is at the end.
Would you like
the
it better
NBA
if it was
Finals?
Would you like if it was a Larry O'Brien Finals? Because that's the name of the trophy.
No, call it the Larry O'Brien Trophy Finals, or the O'Brien Trophy
Finals.
But I'm sorry, but the O'Brien Trophy is the Davy O'Brien Trophy, and it's a award given to college football players. You know, a sport that matters.
Well, basketball. Well, that's us talking basketball.
That's pretty much us talking basketball in a nutshell.
Well, no,
again,
let's go back because
I talked about it for about 10 seconds. I was at Buffalo Wild Wings. I believe it was the final game. It was Thursday, 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, yeah.
And these guys, it's like 45 seconds into the game, and they're going ape shit over every 2 points scored. And I'm just sitting there going, can you do this for 2 hours? Like every time somebody gets a basket, oh my God, it was crazy. Was it? No, it wasn't. When you're 6'8", it's not that crazy to dunk on a 10-foot rim. Just saying.
I was going to say, no, but the last Thursday was the NBA draft. The New York Knicks drafted no one. They traded their draft pick away to make space on the salary cap. And they traded today Alec Burks and Nerlens Noel to make more space in the salary cap to sign a player who probably only plays well in Dallas because he's playing with one of the best NBA players in Luka Doncic. Jalen Brunson, they're probably going to make all this space to get him. They're trying to make space to make a shot at or an attempt at getting Donovan Mitchell, which would be pretty cool. Get Donovan Mitchell here. He's a very good player. But I feel like what's going to happen is they're going to give a bunch of money to Jalen Brunson. They're not going to get Donovan Mitchell. The New York Knicks just going to start this circle all over again, overpaying a point guard, not performing well, not going to the playoffs, and then we're just stuck here in perpetual shit as a New York Knicks franchise.
You know, it really does upset me though, only because like MSG is called the Mecca for basketball, and I'll be damned if like the Garden Faithful haven't been tormented for about 20 years.
More than that.
I mean, no, the Knicks were good in what 97, 98. They were good.
Well, they went into the finals.
We went to the finals in like 98, didn't we, against the Spurs and lost?
That was 99, yeah. So it's been about 23 years.
20 years, you know.
23 years. Yeah, I guess you're right.
20 years of just being crap. But what kills me is everybody else seems to be able to build these superstars, the Luka Doncics of the world. Even like when like Chris Paul's, like when he was better. Everybody seems to be able to develop these players into superstars, but the Knicks just don't.
Yeah, they don't.
You know, like
well, it's frustrating too because
past his prime, and that's it.
Like besides like Patrick Ewing, they haven't like the Knicks haven't been good for like 20 years, but like they've never had like #1 pick in the draft. Like the highest they've had recently was RJ Barrett, #3, and they took him behind Zion Wilson, John Morant, and then RJ Barrett. Like he was the third name. Like obviously, I think RJ Barrett's having a better career than Zion Williamson so far because he keeps getting hurt. I mean, I like RJ Barrett. I'm not knocking him, but that's the highest pick they've had in the draft in forever.
Zion's playing the wrong sport.
Yeah, he is. He should be playing football.
He should be playing football, defensive end or tight end or something like that.
Yeah, I agree. And then
it was all downhill for that kid when he broke his shoe in the March during March Madness.
Yeah, he broke through his shoe and hurt his ankle,
and that was the end of his like life. Like, yeah. I mean, he got drafted #1 overall still, but still, like, as far as basketball accolades are concerned, that was it for him.
Yeah, and the thing is too with the Knicks, like they're just like if you look at their drafts and like recently, obviously they've been shit. You had Kristaps Porzingis, you had Frank Ntilikina. They took Ntilikina before Mitchell. I believe that's what it was. They put I don't know Frank Ntilikina. They took him over somebody big. Then you also have the fact they missed out on Steph Curry by a pick. The Golden State Warriors picked him right before the Knicks.
They wouldn't have picked Steph Curry.
No, they said they were going to. That was
like the liars. Okay, they're the Knicks. They're fucking liars. All right, like they were not gonna pick him. Okay, well, they would have picked somebody else, and then they would have been known as the jerk offs who didn't pick Steph Curry.
Yeah, the only time that the New York Knicks have been good in the last like 23 years was when it was Carmelo Anthony, Tyson Chandler, Mari Stoudemire, and J.R. Smith. That team was good. They won like 52 games. They were like the second seed in the NBA in the Eastern Conference.
How
They lost in the second round.
Yeah. The second round, which means there was like another 5 rounds after that. So yeah,
because everyone makes the playoffs in the NBA.
Everybody makes, except for the Knicks. Everybody in the NBA makes the playoffs except for the Knicks.
And it's frustrating too. You talk about the rebuilding teams. Like the Boston Celtics teared their team down and but traded away their best players, Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett to the Nets, and that was like the start of their rebuild. And like they've been to the playoffs plenty more times since then, and they just made it to an NBA Finals in less than 10 years. The New York Knicks have been trying to do that for 23 years, and they just cannot accomplish it. It's so frustrating. It's very frustrating.
That's part of the reason I don't like basketball is because, like, in New York, what's the point? Who gives a shit?
Yeah. And the Brooklyn Nets are falling apart right now, too, because Kyrie is staying right now, but there's talk about them. They want to trade him. There's talk about KD being unhappy in the Brooklyn. I mean, I think they'll end up staying, but it's always something, the NBA.
But the question is like, at New York City for basketball, for me right now, I look at it like New York, like what's the New York City college football team?
It really isn't.
We don't have one because it doesn't really matter here because we have pro football teams. But like, if we were in a bumfuck town and didn't have anything but college football, that'd be a big deal. But like for me, basketball is, I guess you can call it front runner ish. I don't root for any team but the Knicks. But like the Knicks really haven't given me anything to root for since Allen Houston played for them.
Yeah, it's true. I agree with you.
I tried to get on Insanity's train, but like Carmelo put the kibosh on that because he couldn't just handle somebody else getting cheered for.
And the thing is, last year too, they made the playoffs, the Knicks, but they basically got swept. They lost in 5 games. It's embarrassing. But let's move on for basketball. I can't talk about it anymore.
So talking about finals, we'll talk about a final that matters. The Stanley Cup Finals occurred 2 days ago, and the Colorado Avalanche are your new Stanley Cup champions. Congratulations to the Colorado Avalanche, and if I didn't say it before, congratulations to the Golden State Warriors on your I guess
your championship,
passed your SAT or something like that. The finals, I mentioned. That's
congrats. I'm really happy for you.
Couple of interesting things with the Avalanche winning the Stanley Cup. They dented it immediately, about 2.3 seconds after somebody handed it off. They went to take a team picture. Somebody caught an edge and went down. I didn't see who was carrying the cup.
I forgot who it was.
He put a dent in the bottom of that thing, and the guy that is the minder of the cup, the guy that takes care of the cup and all that, it's not that nobody's ever dented the cup. It's nobody's ever dented the cup that quickly.
Yeah, that's what he said. It's pretty amazing.
It reminds me of if you ever seen History of the World Part 2. Moses comes out holding the here are the 15, and he drops 10 commandments.
Yeah,
that was pretty much what happened.
That was exactly what happened. And it's funny because it is within like the first 5 minutes of them getting the trophy. And he was talking about how he's
does the lap, they go to take a picture, bam.
Yeah, he dropped it right on the ice. And they said he's like, it's been dented before, but never this fast. And he's like, it's gonna have to go out for a bit repairs now, and before it makes the journey for the summer. And he's like, it's gonna be an interesting summer now.
For those of you who don't know, the Stanley Cup, a couple things. One, named after Lord Stanley, who is he was the governor of the county that they invented invented hockey in. That's who the guy. It's actually been around since 1880, and it's the longest or the oldest championship in North American sports. But what
do they just add rings to it, right?
They add rings because what happens is, unlike most sports, every team that wins the Stanley Cup gets every player on the team's name etched into the cup.
Yeah.
So that's why they keep adding rings to add more names to the bottom. And then on top of that,
at the end.
That's
why it's short at the top.
Yeah,
and it gets wider because.
On top of that, everybody on the team gets to spend time with the cup.
That's the coolest thing.
And they get to do whatever they want with it.
Yeah.
So you'll see some guys going on vacation with the Stanley Cup, and they're just sitting there holding the Stanley Cup while they're sitting on the beach. Other guys are going to Disney World with the Stanley Cup. Other guys are drinking beers out of the Stanley Cup.
Yeah, that's how I would probably do. I'd probably eat out of it and drink beer out of it.
Get a salad.
No, not a salad. I
put together a Cobb salad inside the Stanley Cup. Get a bowl of cereal.
I think I would do bowl of cereal, out of
Okay.
it. Maybe even like a mac and cheese or something. Like a lobster mac and cheese inside.
You're Italian, and you're not going to have like spaghetti and meatballs in the Stanley Cup.
I don't know. I don't know why I didn't go to that. It's too stereotypical for me if I went to.
I think I would get like a big bowl of ice cream in the Stanley Cup, like a nice banana split inside the Stanley Cup.
That's actually pretty sweet too,
right?
I'll go with pasta too then. Get like some penne alla vodka.
Maybe a little soup. Get a little chili. I'll get a little chili in the soup.
Oh, you could make your chili in the bowl.
That would be pretty dope. I think TJ would be on board with eating some chili out of the Stanley Cup
too. Yeah,
I would really dig that actually.
Then I emptied it out, clean it, and then drink some beers out of it.
Yeah, I think we got to bring this up again next week when TJ's on the show.
Yeah,
and ask him like, what are you doing with the Stanley Cup? Like, what are you gonna do with it? He probably says something lewd.
Yeah, I'm sure he would. I saw there was a commercial. There used to be a commercial with one guy. He actually he had a newborn baby, and they gave the baby a bath in it. One of the players. I mean, I have a newborn coming. If I had won the Stanley Cup this year in this fictional life of mine, I would have given my daughter a bath in the Stanley Cup.
Baptize the baby in the Stanley Cup. I forgot your family's Jewish. My bad.
I knew you were gonna say that. We don't practice anything in this house. We are non-secular. Is that the word?
I guess. I guess. Tell that to St. Peter when you get to the gates. We were non-secular.
Right. Come on in. So is
I. So hockey season's over. Avalanche win it all. And today some news comes out with the New York Rangers.
A lot of rumors swirling right now.
Rumors upon rumors upon rumors. And one of the biggest rumors that we're looking at right now is the potential for I want to say it's
this is great audio.
Yeah, Pierre-Luc Dubois from the Jets potentially getting traded to the Rangers, and they're talking about names that could be involved in that trade. And a lot of people are saying Kakko, Hedel. Some people are saying Lafreniere. And
I'd be so upset if they got rid of one of those three guys.
I would be upset as well, and I'll tell you why. So Dubois is he's a center, which of course everybody who watches Rangers hockey knows that the Rangers need a center.
Yeah, need a center. Yeah,
there's no debate about that. We can't win a face-off to save our lives, and we need that leadership down the middle. Okay, we have a lot of wingers playing center right now, and it's kind of not killing our game, but it's slowing us down because we don't have that ability to get across center ice as efficiently as we should. All that being said, somebody said this, and I agree with it. If you trade Hedel, if you trade Kakko, if you trade Lafreniere to get Dubois, you're basically saying we just can't draft in the first round.
Yeah.
That's basically what you're saying, and I think that's a bigger problem than anything that you're trading for.
Mm-hmm.
I think to sit there and say basically every year that no matter who we get in the first round, whether it's the first pick overall or the second or the third or whatever, we will fuck it up, and we're gonna have to trade him in 2-3 years for much less than what he's valued, and get somebody and then pay somebody else on top of it.
Yeah. Listen, I don't know who Dubois is. I don't follow Winnipeg Jets hockey. I don't really care to. But I'd be really upset because I think those guys, Kakko, they benched him in Game 6. I think that was a wrong move.
I don't even know what that was about. I don't think have they even come out to say what that was about?
They gave you like fishy responses about why they did it. It was kind of stupid, but Kakko, Hedel, and Lafreniere made great strides in the playoffs this year. And to see those guys get traded for someone who, I don't know, like I said, I don't know anything about Dubois, but I just feel like it's just spit it in the face of the first round draft picks. Basically,
I would say McDavid for Kakko straight up.
I'll give you Hedel, Lafreniere, and Kakko for Connor McDavid. I'd take that deal because I'd take anything like Connor McDavid in a Rangers uniform. But yeah, I mean, I still don't think. I just don't think. I think breaking those guys up it's just like, yeah, it's just basically saying every Ranger fan, like, we don't know how to draft in the first round, and we're just kind of just we're just redoing it now. And I
Yeah.
don't think those weren't the weak spots, in the lineup with those players. I obviously need a center, but those guys played well throughout the playoffs, and those guys like injected life into those teams when they were dead in the water in that series against the Pittsburgh Penguins, series against the
Kept them
Canes.
afloat.
They kept them afloat, and then to be like, all right, we have to get rid of these guys. Like, they were not the problem. Obviously, our big stars were the problem, and that's like rumors like that jury's unhappy with Panarin, so he may get rid of Panarin, which is like another crazy thing to do because Panarin's like, what do you have, like 95 assists this year or 95 points? Not 95 assists.
95 points.
95 points this year, and he did it like quietly too. But he had a great year, and it's just they think to get rid of somebody who puts up 95 points in a season. Like, what are we doing? Like, Chris Drury did a great job this year, but if you're trading away Panarin or even have rumors about trading Panarin for someone like, and then also matching rumors about Kakko, Lafreniere, and Hedl being gone, I don't know. I don't like it.
I don't
like one bit.
Again, I just think, again, this team sitting there basically saying that the draft is a waste of their time is like, that just irks me. And it would be the same with any sport.
Yeah.
It would just bother me that anybody anywhere is sitting there basically saying that we drafted 3 guys in the first round and none of the 3 are the guy that we needed them to be. It's like, all right, well then that was a waste. I mean, why we got so excited over it? What for? Throw it away. It was trash. And I'm dealing with a very similar thing with the Jets right now with Mekhi Becton because a lot of fans are like, "Oh, get rid of him. He's a bust." The guy he played 1 season in the NFL. He's a bust.
Yeah,
like he played 1 season and he got injured last season, and the media hates him for some strange reason. I don't know. So we're getting rid of him. So we're basically saying that the entire draft from 2 years ago was a complete waste, and that every single pick was bad because nobody in that draft except for Mekhi Becton is performing at any starter level.
No.
So and I think that bothers me. That has for me, that has for a franchise, any franchise in any sport, if you cannot draft competently, then you're just wasting your time.
Yeah. They also
especially if it's every sport but baseball.
Yeah, basically. Mekhi Becton, they did say he gained a lot of weight, right?
I mean,
he's coming in heavier.
6'8".
Yeah, but he's also, I mean, you got to be some sort of athletic. I mean, I get you're an offensive lineman. Those guys are huge, but like you have to, guard against some of the best athletes in the world. These
I don't disagree with you.
I gotta have some sort of movement or athletic ability.
They're sitting there saying, "Oh, he's 400 pounds." Okay, fair enough. He's 6'8". Like he's a left tackle. How much do you want somebody who's 6'8" to weigh?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what an acceptable weight for a large man at 6'8" is, because I know that, like, I'll give an example. Like 400 pounds on somebody who's 6'8" is not 400 pounds on somebody who's 6'2".
No, you're right. You're right about that.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
a friend of mine is like 6'5", and he's like pushing 400 pounds, and he looks chubby. Like he's a chunky kid.
Yeah, probably
not in the best shape of his life, but muscle is more dense than fat. I'll say that much. So yeah, no, I don't see where that's an issue. But again, the Rangers getting rid of any of their first round picks right now is like, okay, then why the fuck couldn't you have just drafted that guy in the first place then? You had the number 1 pick overall, and we're going to end up trading for the number 2 at some point.
Yeah. I mean, they have to do something. I mean, they don't have the picks in the first round this year. That's, they traded. Well, they lost it because they made the playoffs, the Eastern Conference, right?
Right.
So sorry, I'm just telling Sally emailed them.
But excuse me. But yeah, so I mean, I'm not saying don't trade away those guys. I'm not saying they're untouchable. I'm just saying, for you to trade away first round picks every year, and here's what's going to happen. They're going to trade away Kakko. They're going to trade away Hedl. They'll trade away Lafreniere, whatever. And what's going to happen is in 4 years, they'll be paying him big money to come back, or we'll be trading our first round pick in 4 years to get them back.
You're right, because the other rumor is that they want to trade Heedle and somebody else for JT Miller, who we traded away,
who we already had.
He was on our team. We had him. Why are we? What are we doing?
It's just so you're saying you can't develop.
Yeah, basically.
But in brighter conversation next season, I would love to see. The name escapes me at the moment. 1 second. Their number one pick from last offseason, or their number one their first round pick, excuse me. I didn't mean number one, I meant first round. But their first round pick from a year ago lit it up in the minors this year, set records all over the place. And Brennan Othman, I'd like to see him get a call up next year, because it seems like he led. Not only did he start setting records left and right, but he's freaking leading the way, leading the charge, scoring the game-winning goal.
Yes,
I wouldn't mind. Granted, he's in Lowe's. You know, he's not in the Wolfpack. He played with can't remember the team. It's something like in Minnesota or something like that last season.
Did he come up for a little bit, Othman? I thought he did.
No.
Oh, he didn't.
Definitely not. No, his team went to the. I think they won their final over there.
Oh, really?
But he did not. No, he didn't come up to the NHL at all. He played with the Flint Firebirds, in the OHL. And I want to say
this is what I want to say about the Rangers. I hate these trade rumors. It sucks they lost the Eastern Conference Finals, because now we have to hear all these trade rumors, and knowing that we were this close to going to a Stanley Cup, and now have to hear them try to blow the whole thing up. It's like, what are we doing? It's very frustrating. We went from talking about the Knicks to the Rangers, and this is like two teams that just cannot win a goddamn championship.
You know what, though? At least the Rangers make the playoffs.
They do. At least the Rangers are excited. I mean, that was one of the best postseasons we've had in quite some time.
I mean, the Knicks season started, and I was like, is it over yet?
Yeah, no, I was definitely feeding.
I'm letting you know right now, blue, orange, and white are cursed colors.
Is it what colors?
Are cursed colors.
Oh, blue, orange, white. Yeah.
I'm just saying we haven't seen a championship from any team that wears blue, orange, and white in New York since 1986.
Do you mean they have to wear all blue, orange, or white, or you're just saying
blue, orange, and white? All three teams in New York that wear blue, orange, and white have not won a championship since the 80s.
No, you're right about that. No, I wasn't sure if you meant like any combo, like you were saying
blue. Just the ones that were New York City's colors.
I got you.
86 was the last time the Mets won the World Series. The Knicks haven't won since what, 69?
69. I think it was
69. 69 season?
Yeah.
And the Islanders haven't won since what, 84?
Yeah, they had those 3 straight cups in the 80s, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and they have like almost 40 years of just not winning.
Yeah.
Like, because of those colors are cursed, you know? Not as cursed as green, but you know, pretty cursed.
A lot of curses going on in New York City, apparently.
It's not affecting the Yankees, though.
They always miss the pinstripes, though. That's why.
They always miss the pinstripes.
But we got, unless you have any more about hockey, but we do have.
No. I'm done about hockey until something happens. Hopefully, you know, whatever happens is good in the long run. I got a Kako jersey, though. I'd really hate to see him go.
Yeah, that would suck. You bought that at the Garden, too, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that would fucking blow. I hope it doesn't happen for you. But I do want to say, I'll say once again, as I said it to the Warriors, congratulations. I'm really happy for you. Because I'm miserable. All right, we're going to take a quick commercial break here, and then we're going to bring back our guest. Let's see, which commercial should I go with today? Should I go with the... Oh, you know, we haven't done it in a while, but go to Shock Energy. WWE Wrestling. We have WWE Trivia coming up next. Wrestling Trivia, sponsored by Shocked Energy. And we are back with our guests. We have our Wrestling Addicts, our other companion podcast under the Scoreboard Addicts umbrella. We have Matt and Sal. Welcome to the show, guys.
What's up?
What's up?
Happy to be back.
And I haven't
Been
seen
a
you
while.
in a while. It's been
Yeah, it's been a while.
And we also have our guest, Ladarius Brown. What is going on, Ladarius? How are you?
Hello, gentlemen. How are you?
We're good. We're good. We're lamenting about our Knicks and Rangers. Damn it. So with WWE Trivia presented by Shocked Energy. Wait, I need to get before Nick puts up the music. Ready, Nick? Go. I gotta take rid of it. I thought it was a video. All right. So tonight I am not hosting, and nor am I playing because
They're layups. They're layups.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ant was busy today popping his assholes, so he didn't get to do his prep for the show like he normally would.
So I'm gonna let you guys do this.
I guarantee you'll get at least 3 out of the 5 correct. Guarantee it.
And I'll guarantee you, Matt, behind the scenes here, I need to do something.
Oh, gotcha.
For the rest of the show.
Okay.
So I'll let Matt take over because Matt is now hosting, and I'll be back when you guys are done.
Hey, Matt.
Alrighty.
I want you to know. Okay, Chico, I'm going to cut you up.
Ooh, the classic. I like it.
Ooh, I like that.
Better than what they have right now.
Absolutely.
Ooh, sing machismo.
Oh,
That's
is that
beautiful.
that's a Razor one? Like they have
That's
a
the
all.
Razor one. Check this out. You
Oh,
want to see the
that's
coolest
nice.
thing about it? It's got a little toothpick holder.
That's
that's
amazing.
That's
That is
great.
amazing.
That's a good one.
I love that. Was that your latest one?
That's my latest one. The latest and
Very
greatest.
nice.
The greatest wrestler to never win a world championship.
Correct.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Him and Roddy Piper.
Mr.
I'm
Perfect.
a Roddy Piper fan.
Perfect, yeah.
The only thing I ever liked about Roddy Piper is his what's his most famous quote?
The bubblegum one, right?
There it is, the bubblegum one. I'm here to kick
Yeah.
ass and chew bubblegum, and I'm all out of bubblegum.
I
Yeah.
like it.
He didn't even say it in wrestling.
No, I think that was in They Live.
That was in They Live. And Sal wins.
Thanks for coming, everyone. That's
Well,
your.
great to be on here.
That's it.
Yeah.
Wrap it up.
So,
So I have questions. I think that they're pretty easy. So we'll find out. I hope you guys have your paper and your pens.
Yeah, I'm already.
Sal, you don't mind keeping
brought a-
score, right?
Yeah, I got it.
Oh,
Sal, is that a
all
new
right.
haircut?
It is.
Looks
Just got
good.
a haircut about a few days ago. Thank you.
It's growing in nice. I remember when I had hair.
You still look beautiful.
Now you got the nice Scoreboard Addicts hat.
Which is available on what website?
Bonfire Media.
There you go. Question number 1. On July 4th, 2002, this real American icon won the tag team championships with Edge. Name that icon. I have choices to help out. So choice A, Kurt Angle. Choice B, John Cena. Choice C, Hulk Hogan. Choice D, The Undertaker.
I'm locked in.
Are we all locked in?
yep.
I'm locked. I'm loaded.
All right, Ladarius, what do you have?
Oh, I got to go first. Terrific. Maybe I overthought. I went with, I don't know if you can see it. I have Kurt Angle.
Kurt Angle is incorrect, unfortunately.
Oh,
Sal, who do you have?
now I know who.
Hulk Hogan.
That is correct.
Yeah. Overthought it. Yeah.
Nick, who do you have?
I went with Kurt Angle as well
Oh,
because I thought we were doing Attitude Era, and then you said in 2002, and I was like, all right, well, so Attitude Era.
Attitude Era. That was still technically the.
Yeah, Hulk Hogan was not a part of the Attitude Era, so Hulk Hogan has zero attitude.
Yeah.
Brother.
Well, okay. Well,
that
then,
was such a random team.
It
Hogan
really
and Edge
was.
when it was like just like all right, like just put two people together and why not?
That was Hogan basically saying, you know what belt I haven't won in a while?
Yeah,
pretty much, pretty
Yep.
much. And with it being so close to the 4th of July, I had to throw that one in there. So for question number 2, this is more within the Attitude Era. Edge and Christian, the Hardys, and the Dudleys turned up the heat in the first ever tables, ladders, and chairs match in the year 2000. At which event did this match take place? Is it A, Heat Wave, B, SummerSlam, C, WrestleMania, or D, King of the Ring? Let me know when you guys are locked in.
I'm ready.
All right, we'll start with you, Sal. What do you have?
I have WrestleMania.
WrestleMania is incorrect.
It's in really.
I know what you're thinking of. Nick, what do you have?
SummerSlam?
SummerSlam is correct.
In 2000?
Ladarius, what do you have?
SummerSlam.
There you go. The
Oh,
WrestleMania
yeah, okay.
match was just a triangle ladder match.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
He
forgot
gave
that
it away
was
when
the
he
same
said
year.
turn up the heat.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I gave little clues
right.
like that.
I forgot they did it at SummerSlam too. I thought it was in '99. No, you're right. It's in 2000. I didn't think about
99
2000.
99 was the Terry Invitational, the Hardys versus Edge and Christian.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I think I got those two confused.
Question number 3. At SummerSlam 1997, the main event was The Undertaker defending his WWF Championship against Bret Hart. The Undertaker would suffer a heartbreaking loss to the Hitman. Who was the special guest referee that unintentionally cost Undertaker the championship? Is that A, Kane, B, Owen Hart, C, Vader, or D, Shawn Michaels?
All right.
All right,
All
are
good.
we locked in?
Yes, sir.
All right, Nick, you kick it off. Who do you got?
I said Owen Hart, but I really think I'm wrong.
That is incorrect. Ladarius, who do you have?
Shawn Michaels.
That is correct.
Shawn Michaels.
That is correct. Shawn Michaels is correct. Alrighty. So, real quick, what are the scores looking like, Sal?
I have 4. Nick has 2, and Ladarius has 4.
All right, and now we are on question number 4. Shawn Michaels was the first person to do many things in the WWF. One of them was being the first person to hold all 4 major titles the company had to offer. The WWF title, the Intercontinental title, the European title, and the tag team titles. What was the accolade called for achieving such a feat? Is it A, Grand Slam champion? Is it B, Champion of Champions? Is it C, Mr. Champion? Or is it D, Best in the World?
It's so hard to like figure out who's a Grand Slam champion anymore, because since there's like 100,000 titles nowadays.
There really is. There's so many, and then there's like they get rid of one, they bring it back. So like at one point in time, if a new title isn't available, like are you still Grand Slam? Do they take your name away? So it's definitely confusing with how they do it all the time.
Did we all have Grand Slam?
I think we did because you guys
We
said
all had
Grand Slam
Grand
6
Slam.
times. So even if we didn't,
Yeah, we did.
I didn't even.
Yeah, because when
I
Sal
didn't
said,
even
"Well,
know.
with Grand Slam," I'm like, "Okay, I feel better now."
Oh, that's so funny. I didn't even realize we did that.
I didn't either.
Because I had it written down already.
stay off the weed.
Oh, sorry.
I felt more confident after that.
All right, so you guys all got that one correct. Now we're at the final Jeopardy. Sal, what's everybody's score again? I'm sorry.
Well, Darius has 6, and Nick has 4, and I have 6.
All right, so it's the final Jeopardy. What are you guys wagering?
All in,
All
baby.
in.
Yeah, go for it all.
Okay, we are all in. All right, here we go. Question number 5. During his 20-year career, John Cena shattered many glass ceilings in the WWE. Who is the one Attitude Era legend that John Cena never had a match with? Is it A, Bret Hart? Is it B, The Undertaker? Is it C, Stone Cold Steve Austin? Or is it D, Mick Foley? This is a trick question based off of the wording. Now, I don't want to give too much away, but
Off the wording?
yeah, off the wording, like Ladarius was so annoyed with my question that he just said, "You know what? I am out of here, and I'm not coming back." He goes, "You're trying to trick me." He pulled the Sasha Banks and just walked out on the on the trivia.
Oh.
I wanna.
What was
I
the
don't.
question again? Ask the question again in its entirety.
All right. During his 20-year career, John Cena shattered many glass ceilings in the WWE. Who is the one Attitude Era legend that John Cena never had a match with? Is it A, Bret Hart, B, The Undertaker,
Oh.
C, Stone Cold Steve Austin, or D, Mick Foley? Now, when
I
you
see
say,
how,
I think Sal caught on. When
I
I'm
caught
saying,
on.
there you go. Having a match with doesn't necessarily mean that he went against him.
Yeah, all right. I'm scratching my answer up.
All right. I have a feeling I know what your original answer was. And, I want to say Ladarius had the right answer, but I'm going to have to go on, even though he's not here right now. So, Nick, who do you have?
It's probably Mick Foley, but I said Bret Hart.
Oh, that is incorrect.
Yeah, I knew it.
All right. So originally I had Brett and Stone Cold, but then I caught on. I just put Stone Cold.
That is correct. And hold on a second. Let me just add Ladarius back. Here he is.
Sorry about that.
Yeah. You didn't happen to hear anything, did you?
No, my internet went kaput.
All right. Do you
I
want me
just
to
saw
repeat the
circles.
question real quick?
Yeah, I heard John Cena, and then it kind of went out after that.
All right.
Yeah.
During his 20-year career, John Cena shattered many glass ceilings in the WWE. Who is the one Attitude Era legend that John Cena never had a match with? Is it A, Bret Hart? Is it B, The Undertaker? C, Stone Cold? Or is it D, Mick Foley? Now, when I worded the question a certain way. By me saying never had a match with doesn't necessarily mean they went one-on-one.
Gotcha. Okay.
So we weren't sure what happened. I thought you pulled like a Stone Cold, and you took your ball and went home. You were like,
no.
You were like, fuck this question. I'm out of here. So-
Yeah, because you had said John Cena and accolade, and then it just went.
Whoop.
Yeah,
You said glass ceiling, and that does not apply to John Cena at all.
Oh, okay. 20-year career. I mean,
yeah. My
Nick
internet
and-
disagreed with the questioning. I guess.
everyone hates John
I think you
Cena.
need to just do a little research about what a glass ceiling is.
I mean, he's a 16-time world champion. So
That's got nothing to do with it. A glass ceiling would be like you're a minority and you're held down by the company, and the glass ceiling is like you could see the top, but you can't get past the glass ceiling.
well, if you
I'm 6'4", I can just see the above the glass anyway.
but if you know
I
Cena's
break it either
story
I break it.
and what
But
happened,
he's a white man who's large and in charge.
he almost got fired. Anyway,
I would have fired him too because he was Marky Mark basically for the first like 5 years of his career. It was really embarrassing.
Yeah,
all right.
yeah. I'm glad somebody else said that because
May I interject here?
The rap gimmick was the best.
Wait, may I interject?
Oh, Adam.
Let him interject.
Yeah.
oh,
go
you're
ahead.
waiting for my answer, aren't you?
We are
Well,
waiting for your
yeah.
answer.
Sal and Nick went already while your
Okay.
internet was out. So
Okay, so it's all on me. Okay.
Ladarius,
Yeah.
as you're thinking about that answer, was the glass ceiling a hint? That's why he used glass ceiling.
Maybe. Thank you.
I'll recuse myself.
Yeah, he definitely. Yeah.
I don't feel like Matt's smart enough for it to be a hint.
Yeah. I don't remember, yeah.
Wow. Every single question I had gave a hint.
Between two, I think I got the logic because I'm running a WWE network through my head, and so or Peacock, whatever. Now,
Yeah, I still call it the network.
yeah, I'm locked in.
All right, what do you have?
I had it between Bret Hart and Stone Cold, but a part of me remembers something. He did something with Bret Hart.
Mhm.
Don't
Okay.
Don't ask me what it was. I stick with the brain, and I just can't recall anything with Stone Cold.
Yep.
That is
There you
that
go.
is correct. It is Stone Cold.
Now, did he have a tag match with Brett on Raw when he came back in 2011?
He did.
And it was the Nexus versus Team WWE at
That's what it
SummerSlam.
was.
Okay,
And,
okay,
and Brett was on that team.
okay.
And then
Do we
it
have a
was
tie?
Oh yeah, well yeah, who won?
Yes. Me and Ladarius are tied at 10.
Do you have tiebreaker questions, Matt?
No, we're tied at 12.
You're tied at 12?
Yes.
Tiebreaker
We both
question.
went all
I-
in. We both had 6 points.
Okay. I do have a tiebreaker question. Top of
hurry
my
up.
head right now.
Very convenient.
go.
Very convenient.
Who was the first person to hold the Intercontinental and European Championship at the same time?
Oh God.
Do you need clues?
Davey Boy Smith.
I'll give
I
clues.
don't know.
Jeff Jarrett, Kurt Angle, D'Lo Brown, Chris Jericho.
Could have been any of them.
Yeah.
This is the closest
Yeah.
a guest has come to win. We have a tie here. Sal gets this wrong and Darius gets it right. We had the first time a guest has won WWE trivia. This is historical. I'm going to stick around for this one.
This is great.
Ladarius. Ladarius. Ladarius.
Darius
Oh, all right. I'm just going to go with this one.
defeat Sal and his baby face.
I don't know if this is right. This isn't right.
Yeah.
Are you all right? Let me know when you're locked in.
What's crazy is
And-
I think I know the answer.
Ooh.
I don't think I'm right. I think
all right,
I'm over.
Ladarius as the guest.
No.
You want Sal to go first?
Yes.
I'll
Sal
let
as
Ladarius
Ladarius
current
walk out.
champion.
D'Lo Brown.
That is correct.
Wow. Well, Darius, what'd you have?
Oh,
Oh!
D'Lo Brown.
We need another tiebreaker, Matt.
Hold on,
D'Lo
Ladarius. Are you
Brown.
by any chance related to D'Lo Brown?
No, I wish I was. I could have been like a champion of Europe somehow, but I wasn't.
But your last name is Brown, right? I'm not crazy,
Yeah.
right?
Oh no,
Okay.
you're in the right frame of mind.
Darius Brown.
I just remember him. I just remember D'Lo with both of the belts at one point.
Yeah, because see, you saw me going in my head trying to picture, and I said I couldn't picture it with Jarrett,
No.
Angle didn't make any sense.
Yeah.
But I
thought it was
remember
Jericho.
D'Lo because he would say he was the champion of Europe, and
Right.
I remember he had an Intercontinental Championship, so maybe that happened simultaneously. So that was what I was working on.
Good guess. That was
That's
a
what
good
I was
guess.
thinking.
That was very
Matt,
good.
we need one more question here. What are we gonna do? I think Matt, could you do a like a math question, like closest to that number, and then whoever's closest wins?
The root of X
Yeah,
times the
no,
number.
not like that, like of WWE math question. Like how many times did like this person win a title or something like that? Of like this
How
time.
many
Oh,
times
that's a good
did
idea.
Generation
Well, actually-
X tell their opponents to suck it over the course of the past 25 years?
Million
Had that
times.
stat somewhere.
Yeah.
That'd be amazing.
Infinity? I think it's fair.
Actually, you know what I could do, being that it is Ladarius and Sal. I feel like you guys know a little more recent than other than Attitude Era. So I could maybe go a little more recent to Money in the Bank is this Saturday, so I'll stick
Current
with Money
events,
in the Bank.
Chico.
Who was the first person to have a failed cash in of their Money in the Bank contract?
Wow. Great question, Matthew.
It is. The answer was Razor Ramon. I know it was. I watched it. I remember that.
Oh, no.
Well, fireworks.
The Brooklyn Brawler.
Wow.
My boy. Brooklyn Brawler.
I put the goon. Sorry.
The Mean Street Posse.
I'm pretty sure you're Pete Gas.
That's why I said Mean Street Posse. I
Nah,
always said
but-
Brooklyn Brawler because I have my Yankee shirt on today.
All right, are you guys locked in?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, Sal.
Wrong.
What do you got?
Damien Sandow.
That is correct.
That's
Oh.
correct?
Yeah.
Nick said it's not.
Right.
What year was it?
Darius,
Total
who did
guess.
you have?
Yeah, I forgot about Sandow. I went with Baron Corbin. I completely forgot about Sandow.
Oh, Corbin, yeah.
Oh, Matt froze.
Baron
Yeah,
Corbin was one of the people who failed his cash in, but the first person was Damien Sandow.
So I'm going to say the first person was John Cena at the Raw 1000 episode.
Ooh, Matt.
Ooh.
That was after
I
Damien
can't-
Sandow.
Matt's muted.
Is Matt muted?
Yeah, I think so.
What's going on? Is he just moving his mouth?
Can you hear me?
That's like now he can, but before you were doing a weird thing with your mouth. Are you like chewing?
Oh,
gum?
okay. You know what? There's a loud firework outside, or maybe like
That
something exploded out there, but I thought I
And
lost my
interfered
connection
with
for
your
a
sound?
second. Well, I didn't know. Maybe it's like a transformer blew and it wasn't a firecracker because it was very loud. But if you look it up, it's actually Damien Sandow.
How would a transformer blowing up only affect your microphone?
No, I thought I lost my whole connection because the nothing
Nope.
moved, everything froze.
Oh, all right. No, it was just the microphone that was out.
Yeah.
What was
So,
that? What is
Sal's
going
the
on
winner.
That's my computer.
So what's the correct
I'm
answer?
going to call bullshit on that because that
Damien
was
Sandow.
2013 that Sandow won Money in the Bank, and Raw 1000 was in 2012.
I don't believe that's correct.
I don't know.
You know what
Because right
that
here,
means?
this made Cena the first Money in the Bank winner to fail to win a title.
Does it say who he cashed in on?
He cashed in on Big Show interfered with the match, causing champion CM Punk to be disqualified and retain the title.
He's correct.
Oh, that is correct. That's when The Rock
Oh,
came
yeah.
out.
I am the smartest man alive.
I am wrong. I am wrong.
Thank you, Wikipedia.
I am
Thanks.
wrong.
He's better than
Wow.
you.
Listen, they threw me off. They needed 2 questions. I thought, wow. So then
You know,
Davy Boy Smith.
oh man,
Oh,
this is gonna
man.
be
I'm coming with one right now because
All
this
right.
is taking too long. This is going to be closest to the right answer. Matt, you failed miserably at being a host. You're not hosting ever again. All right. How many
By the way, Matt, I told you when we started, I was going to cut you up, Pico.
He got you again. All right, here's the question. The Hardcore Championship has obviously passed hands many times.
Jesus.
How many different champions have there been?
Oh no.
That's the number you got to figure out.
Man.
Is
Closest
this
the number? Even
the
if you go
Price is
over, you
Right?
know how, it's not, no Price is Right rule. So even if you're at the 2 or 3 over, and that's closer than the person under, it's fine. It's just whoever's closer, no, without going over.
different champions or times it changed hands?
No, different champions, not times.
Oh.
Hands.
Oh yeah, so that changes my answer. Okay, so
I don't know.
I got the Carmen Sandiego song in my head now.
Yeah.
That's a good question. Thank you for coming in and making the hot tag and saving me.
Yeah, look at him kick you out of the freaking thing.
I could just add myself back.
I know that's why I didn't do it.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Otherwise, you'd have been muted and kicked out long ago. Trust me.
The first 5 questions were fantastic.
He
They
said,
were good.
who was the first person to lose? And I was like,
The funny thing is, Matt, I was listening to the questions, and I did hear your hints in every one, and that was clever.
I honestly
Very
did it for you.
Well, I couldn't be here.
Next time.
All
"Yeah,
right,
go
what
see
do you?
about a girl."
All right.
What answers do you guys have?
I have 100.
100. All right, well, Darius, what do you got?
Yeah, see, I went small because in fear of you going high, I went super small. I just went 16. I was going to put a 0 next to it, make it 160. It just felt too big. So
Wait, so 100.
Mhm.
Okay. You guys
Yeah.
pick. You guys are on different sides of the spectrum, and so
Oh boy.
it ends
Yeah.
up being even. That'd be so
No.
bad. I don't think it is though. The answer is 52, so I think Ladarius is close. Yeah, Ladarius is definitely closer.
Yes, he
It'd be
is.
48
Yeah.
for Sal. Yeah.
Right.
So
Darius
Ladarius is the winner.
Yeah.
is the first winner.
The first guest on the show to
So
win.
winner.
Let's play that music for him.
where's my never give up towel? I could have ran down the slide of
Darius, let's you have a speech. You're the first guest to ever win WWE trivia on our show.
Well, you know,
That's right.
it was a great match. Like I say, I know Sal knows this stuff, and Sal's kind of like I watch Jeopardy. Sal is kind of like Ken Jennings. It was kind of hard to,
It's high
You know,
regard.
yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. So it was tough.
I mean,
I knew
three
I could
overtime.
Yeah, like I say, kudos to Sal because, like I say, it was a tough match. Tough match.
You wouldn't think anyone else, someone who may have given you a hint like the glass ceiling.
I would like to thank the people who make glass. And
Would you like to
Yo.
thank anybody else? Like, for instance, the guy who said it wasn't Saint Damien Sandow, and therefore
Yeah.
we need to go into another
yeah,
overtime.
I like to thank the bad guy, and saving me. I'm not going to say there was a payoff, but I'm not going to make that situation. But
How about
Whatever
the
you want,
questions?
Chico.
They were good questions, no?
and the questions were
The answers, the
No,
great
they were
questions were great. The answers, not so much. But yeah, the questions-
One answer. One
great questions.
answer.
You got
I messed
another
up
great
on.
answer to it. So,
One
well,
answer.
congratulations, Ladarius. This was
Yes.
another fun, great episode of WWE Trivia. So we appreciate you. You'll have to come back and defend your title
absolutely.
sometime. But yeah, we'll definitely reach out to you soon when we have you back on the
Absolutely.
WWE Trivia. We haven't been doing it weekly lately, so we'll see what the schedule looks like next week, and then we'll let you know if you're able to come back. All right,
Awesome.
Ladarius.
Awesome. Looking forward. Thank you guys so
And
much.
Ladarius, where
Thank
can we find you and your show?
You can find me at social at Ladarius_Brown. You can find Sports in the World podcast wherever you get your podcast.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Ladarius. It's always great, always a pleasure having you on the
Thanks,
show. We'll hope
Ladarius.
to have you back.
Likewise, you guys have a great rest of the night. Thanks.
You
Great,
too.
yeah.
Thank
All
you.
right.
You too.
so,
And then there were 4.
And then
so
there were
gents, I'm gonna extend the olive branch right now. We're gonna talk some baseball. Are you down?
Sure.
Sal did
Absolutely.
not sound happy about it.
No, I'm down. I'm down to talk some Yankees.
All right, we're going to
Why
talk about
not?
Yankees, but we're going to take a quick commercial break right here, and we're going to do. Let's see, who should we play this time? This ad. You know who we haven't seen in a while? We haven't put an ad out for TSS Fantasy. So, TSS Fantasy.
Hey gang, it's Commissioner Cooper from TSS Fantasy. We are the fantasy show of the people. That means we give the people what they want. Expert fantasy advice, leading medical and legal analysis, free contests, and innovative games to keep you entertained. Watch us live with the Tiki Live app on the Belly Up Sports channel, subscribe to us on YouTube, or follow us on all social media platforms. Visit TSSFantasy.com today for all the latest updates from the fantasy show of the people. We put the fun in fantasy.
Yeah!
Instead of the mayo.
Over sour cream, yeah.
Right. That's because you have high cholesterol. Okay. If you drafted Julio Jones,
You got ghosted.
This is amazing. TSS Fantasy is like an orgasm. If I had a cigarette, I'd smoke it. I'm pumped to be here. This is the show of shows.
TSS Fantasy, the fantasy show of the people.
And welcome back from the quick break. We are going to talk a little Yankees baseball. We got Nick, Sal, and Matt with me now. So we are going to talk about the New York Yankees and how they just keep on winning. Keep on keeping on.
Well, let's talk about the bad before we get to the good. The Yankees get no hit on Saturday. Now, it's a combo no hitter. I'm sorry. Ask anybody in the world. The only people that sit there and brag about combo no hitters are teams that don't get real no hitters. I mean, I'm not bragging about a fucking combo no hitter. It's nobody's getting it on their Hall of Fame plaque. Was one guy out of 6 in a combo no hitter. All right. It's not on anybody's baseball reference page. Like, hey, he one time threw a 1-2-3 no hit inning that was also a part of a combo no. It's ridiculous. Either one guy gets the full no hitter, or it's just not that special. And then, of course, there are a bunch of jabronis out there that'll sit there and say combo no hitters are less popular than full no hitters. You know why, right? It's because if the starter goes 5 innings no hit and doesn't make it into the 6th, the reliever doesn't come in going, "Ooh, we can get a combo no hitter right now." He don't give a fuck.
Right.
Okay, he's just
Not
trying to
even
win.
a quality start. 5 innings isn't even a quality start in baseball.
I mean, it's ridiculous. So they got a combo no hitter, and then they go into Sunday. Was anybody else nervous Sunday?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
The
was
Yankees
very
had no
nervous.
hit for 16 innings. Okay, 16 innings. When Giancarlo Michael Cruz Stanton hits a bomb to end the streak. All right. And not only does he end the streak, the Yankees go on to win against the hated Houston Astros. And I'll say this about the Houston Astros. I think I hate them so much because their fan base is so trash. And I'll say why their fan base is trash right now. In 3 years, when they can no longer afford to keep guys like Bregman and Altuve retires or whatever it is, or he moves on because they can't afford to keep him either, they won't have fans anymore because they won't be competitive, and their fans will go back to what they were doing pre-2010, which is not watching baseball because their fans are a bunch of phonies. That's why when you go watch their games, their home games, you'll see invariably players that played within the last 6 years, Nolan Ryan, and that's it. Nobody's sitting in the seats wearing a Brad Ausmus jersey. Nobody's sitting in the seats wearing – they don't even know who the Killer Bees are, okay? They have no idea who Lance Berkman is or Craig Biggio or Jeff Bagwell, all right? They have no idea who any of those guys are. So, these guys, like 95% of their fan base showed up when they made the playoffs for the first time within the last 6 years. So, I'm over them. I'm over that midget Altuve. People sitting there, he owns the Yankees. That's great. They're still not going to beat us in the playoffs because they can't cheat this year. And the Yankees still have the best record in baseball.
Well, I wanted to say about the split was actually, obviously going against one of the other better teams in the AL. The fact the Yankees got no hit and then were no hit through, through 7, whatever they had.
I think it was 6 or something. Yeah.
6 or 7, whatever it was. And to come out with a split and to win that game on Sunday just shows the resiliency this team is.
They have the most comeback wins in the league.
Yeah, they do.
Yep.
They did again today. They were down 3-0 really early. I mean, granted, it was early in that
They
game.
Did it yesterday too.
Yeah, yesterday too. They came back again.
They were down
Actually,
5-1 yesterday.
Not yesterday. They were up 2-0 yesterday. It was the game before that. Monday.
Oh, Monday. Yeah,
Yeah.
Monday they're down 5-1 or something like that.
They were down 5-3, and they came back, won that game. They had a big so it was 6th inning, seven run.
Yeah.
And they had aided with the 2 catcher interferences, but the 2021 Yankees could never, like that team never had a clutch bone in their entire franchise. It was just horrible. It was absolutely disgusting last year compared to this year. Watching this team just feels so different. There's different attitude. There obviously are weak points this team still has, but it just feels like other guys are stepping up in that place. You have Jose Trevino, who's been a pleasure to have behind the plate, defensively and offensively. You have, Hicks actually turned it around, even though he's been really shitty. People are still shitting on him, but he's turned it around in June. Glaber turned it around in June. And then you have IKF, who's just been solid. I think pretty solid defensively. You don't have to worry about him, as much as you had to worry about Glaber last year. Whenever a ball was hit to short with Glaber, you just were like so concerned about it, whether or not that throw was going to make it. And with IKF there, he's just solid. So, I mean, some of the moves we were shitting on in the offseason, which I admit I was one of them, turn the end up panning out here. And the Yankees, I did not predict the Yankees to be 55 or they're 56 now, 56-20 now.
Yeah.
Coming into 76 games of the season. It's incredible. I never predicted this.
For me, at least, I think that the offseason, it wasn't so much that I didn't think that we had talented players or that we didn't have or that there wasn't a plan. To me, the lack of moves in the offseason wasn't that I wanted moves just to make moves. It was they didn't make moves because of a lack of commitment by the ownership to invest in the franchise. That's what bothered me. If they would have gave IKF $30 million to play for them, I would have said not a wise move, but at least they're trying something. But the fact of the matter is that Hal Steinbrenner is a penny pitching bitch, and he is not a fifth of the man that his father was. He's not remotely competitive. He's 100% a businessman. He cares nothing about baseball or the baseball fans. He just cares about the bottom dollar. And that's why I didn't like the moves they made in the offseason, was simply because, not because I didn't think the team could be competitive, simply because I knew that their owner, winning was the last thing on his mind. The first thing on his mind was making money. Winning was like, hey, if I win too, that's good, I guess. But I'd rather just make the money.
Yeah.
That's what bothered me about the offseason.
Well, Sal, Matt, what do you guys think about the past week of the Yankees baseball?
The crazy thing about it is Jose Trevino might have been the best offseason acquisition so far. He's been unbelievable. I mean, we re-signed Anthony Rizzo, who is having a great year. That's 20 bombs so far?
20 home runs so far, yeah.
So he's having a great year, and, you got to give it up to the bullpen, too. Clay Holmes is lights out. He's great. I don't know what you do with Chapman once he comes back. I guess I don't. Does he move back into the closer's role?
I don't see how you could do that. Clay Holmes has been so lights out. It's just got to take it as it's another arm, it's another weapon in the bullpen. That's it.
He's gonna sit there and complain about how he doesn't feel good doing anything but closing. It's all bullshit, because the truth of the matter is, just pretend it's the fucking ninth inning. It makes no difference.
Yeah,
right. I agree. And you can't even have him set up really, because Michael King has been lights out too. So
yeah,
I mean,
have him set up.
it comes a point to where the Yankees can't look at the contract and they have to look at the performance.
Unfortunately, their owner doesn't do that.
I know, and like what Nick was saying, I agree with a lot of points you guys were saying. Like with Nick, with Hal being so penny pinching, like. Even with Judge's arbitration, they offered 17. He wanted 21. I get, it's for last year's numbers, but I mean, it's almost like the MVP award. Like, it's usually someone in the postseason. So you look at that as well. Like when the Yankees are sitting down with this guy, your goal is to keep him for next year. The way he's playing, if you lose Judge, you don't just lose a great, talented player, a leader. You're going to lose, I think, maybe some of the fan base. I know me, if Judge leaves, I'm going to be I probably won't forgive the Yankees for a while. I'll be a little bitter about it, only because they are penny pinching. And just the way the team is playing, even when they were getting no hit, it's like, oh, they got this. I'm like, I'm not concerned. Yeah, they end up getting no hit. They lost that game. And the next game, the first 6 innings, same thing happened. But then, Stan hits that bomb, and then all of a sudden, they started to come alive again and realize who they are. And last year, they would have got no hit back to back.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
This year, they're just so exciting to watch. Even if they're down and they're losing, you have faith. You have faith that, they could pull this out. I'm like, they're not out of it. Last year, if they're losing 6-3 to the Astros in the 7th, that game is going off and I'm going to sleep.
Right.
But now you're glued to the TV because literally anyone could step up and do something, unless it's Joey Gallo.
Yeah.
But other than that, anyone, they're
He's
just
brutal.
Everyone's a weapon.
And it's funny you
Can we
say
get rid of him?
Friday night, they were down 3-1 and they had the time runs on with like Judge and I think Rizzo too. And I honestly was like, they're winning this game. Like I had such confidence. Like I never would have that confidence in 2021. They ended up losing that game, but they put the tying runs on base. They had an opportunity. They got the bat into the guy they wanted, the bat in the hands of the guy they wanted. They wanted it in Judge's hands. Obviously, he didn't come through on Friday night. He did on Sunday, but it was just to a point that they even got the bat in his hands. The 2021 Yankees, as I said before, could never. They would never. It would never happen.
No.
So
Definitely not.
we're talking about how much we love this team, right? And I agree. There's a lot of good on this team I like a lot. Is there anybody on this team you just don't like?
Joey Gallo.
Well, I never liked him. I didn't want him.
Okay.
I heard it last year too.
Yeah, Gallo for me, but like also a little bit, it's just based off performance is like Donaldson and IKF. I feel like, with IKF, he makes sometimes a little like boneheaded plays at short. They haven't cost us any wins yet. But I mean, bring in Duhar up, at this point. The way Gallo is playing and Donaldson is not the Donaldson they probably thought they were getting. He's not going to hit for average, but he does have
brings
pop
an
in the
edge,
bat.
though.
By the
He
way,
brings an edge to
tonight. You mean he brings in douchiness, right? Because Josh Donaldson
That
is
too.
200% a complete douche. And if George
No.
Steinbrenner was on his team, he wouldn't be on the team anymore. When you
When
pimp
we have-
home runs that get to the warning track, you don't
that
deserve
was
to play for a week. Okay.
That's
And he did
Friday.
it again today. He pimped a home run.
Yeah, he's
It,
got
it- it got
something,
to
man.
like 6 feet from the warning track, and he was out. Okay. He's a douche, a major league douche. Never mind the whole Tim Anderson nonsense. That was bullshit. Just the way he plays baseball is full on dickheaded. Okay. He definitely has a small dick. Definitely. Because there's no reason to be that much of a cocksucker while you're playing baseball. I'm sorry. It isn't. I mean, there isn't. By the way, Miguel Andujar went 3 for 4 today, and Esteban Florial went 2 for 3 with a homer today in Triple
But
A.
let's
And
keep
we
playing
still
Joey
have-
Gallo.
But
Yeah,
keep
we
running out
still do.
Gallo. 2 strikeouts a game, guaranteed.
And
I don't understand what they
Volpe's
What do
crushing
they
the ball
see
too.
in him? Like, what do they see in Gallo that they continue to play? Put Carpenter in. Put him in. Put Gonzalez in
Yeah.
over him.
Marwin Gonzalez with a big homer the other day as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cranked it.
It's funny. Just anyone who steps into that lineup except Joey Gallo is going to perform at this point. And it's actually frustrating because I said it. Like I said last year, I did not want Gallo. The thoughts of trading for him, I was like, he's a strikeout machine. I know he has on base percentage, and the analytic nerds fucking love it. It's not working out. You throw anything over that guy's belt, a fastball high up, he's never getting to it. You could strike that guy out every time he's on up at the plate. It's hard.
We did technically get that trade for free now because that pitcher Abreu that we traded over there,
Yeah, we got him back.
we
yeah.
got him back. That always
And
seems
he played great the other day.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I was gonna say before about Chapman.
Gallo
coming back.
yesterday, as of yesterday, because Gallo did play yesterday, he's
Yeah.
batting 157 with 9 home runs, 18 RBI, with an OPS of 609.
Horrible.
You know what though? At least like Aaron Hicks has been terrible too. But like at least Aaron Hicks hit that 3-run home run to win the game the other day.
He has a moment this year.
Yeah, he has a Yankees
Mhm.
moment.
Right.
Joey Gallo's moments are just balls in the dirt and he's just swinging at them for strike 3.
And that one catch he made in the stands.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, that was his one moment. Oh
Yeah, that was it.
I'm so glad we traded for
If
that.
you could get rid of him, I'd give back that moment.
yeah, yeah. I would
Well,
100%.
exactly. Yeah, it wasn't like a, let me go right to home, moment. Let me go
I
let
just-
people know. It was
I
terrible.
just don't understand how anybody like. I would literally love to talk to Aaron Boone and go, how do you justify running him out there every day? And if he says he plays great defense, I might take a swing at him. I might take a swing at him just because that's a shit answer.
Yeah.
It's a shit answer, especially when Stanton is serviceable in the outfield, A,
Right.
and B, he hits better when he plays the field. Like
Yeah,
it's shown at this point. It's proven at this point.
Yeah.
You know, it just Joey Gallo absolutely brings nothing to this team. And I guarantee you some stat nerd will see, oh, defensive run save. I couldn't care less. Joey Gallo kills more rallies. You know how many runs we would have if he didn't have to have it didn't bat? Like I would DH for him and let the pitchers bat. At least they'll put the ball in play. They'll throw down a bunt. I think the killer for me, and a lot I saw the other day, a lot of people like, I feel bad for him at this point. We should rally around him. Fuck him, okay? He said in the beginning of the year, I'm going to strike out a lot. That's the way it is. You know, people just got to get used to it.
And you know what's funny?
It's a bad
too?
mentality to have.
Horrible
He
mentality.
blamed the shift. Remember, he blamed the shift.
Yeah,
Hit the ball for the shift
What?
to be involved.
Exactly. So what's the problem now? It's
Well,
not
I
like
had
you're
that
hitting the
feeling.
ball to the fourth outfielder. You're not doing anything.
I gotta find that meme again, but it was because it was right after he made those comments, the shift being gone, and he was like, "Now I'm finally gonna be able to hit." And I posted a video. I was like Joey Gallo with the shift, and it was just him striking out again.
It's
It's
just
just being bad.
0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts game got shit to do with the shift. Unless you're
Yeah.
terrified of that other guy standing out there. You know who has bad luck against the shift? Anthony Rizzo. He actually has bad luck because of the shift.
I think he actually, because of the shift, that's why he didn't win the game on Friday. He
Yeah,
hit the ball up the middle, and the
Mhm.
shortstop was right there.
But yeah, Joey Gallo needs to go. I really don't like Josh Donaldson. I just really feel like he's a real dickhead.
You know what though? He's a really good fielder though. Like at least he does that. Like if he was a
That's
shitty,
fine. You could be.
if he
I
was
mean,
a shitty
Urshela
third
was
baseman,
a
though.
good fielder too.
yeah, but if he was a shitty third baseman,
Urshela was a good fielder.
it'd be even worse.
And he wasn't a dick. And he cost exponentially less than Josh Donaldson.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm not really a Donaldson fan either, but
He just again I'm not a big fan of showboating. I'm a firm believer in let your game do the talk. The league leader in home runs right now and major league leader in home runs. When he hits a home run, you know what he does? Puts his head down and runs around the bases.
unless it's a walk off.
Yeah.
He almost
No,
didn't
even then he leaves the box.
No, he does leave the box. You're right. He doesn't like.
He almost didn't even round the bases for that walk off. For the first base coach was like, "No, go." When Judge hit that bomb, that 3-run walk off,
Yeah,
he almost
didn't. He almost
wasn't
didn't.
gonna. Then he's like, "Oh shit, that 250K for MVP." He goes, "I better start running."
I better start running.
I'll tell Aaron Judge had the greatest. He hit that bomb in Seattle a couple years ago.
Oh,
you guys
that was-
remember?
Yep.
And they asked him, "Did you see it?" And he goes, "No." They go, "What do you mean, no?" He said, "When I was in high school, a scout was at the game and I hit a home run and I pimped it, and it hit the wall, and I only got to second base. No, I only got to first base." He goes, "And ever since that happened, I just don't watch the ball ever."
Wow.
And that's
Yeah.
and that's in high school. He learned this. Okay,
Yeah.
it's like the exact opposite of Deshaun Jackson. You guys, are you familiar with the Deshaun Jackson and his high school story?
No,
I don't
go
think
tell
so.
it.
Deshaun Jackson was playing in the All-American game sponsored by the United States Army, and he dove from the 5-yard line, like head first into the end zone. And when he went to go do that, he dropped the ball on the 1-yard line, and they called it a fumble. And he didn't get a touchdown because of it.
That's
Fast forward 4 years later, he's playing for the Eagles. And he goes and drops the ball on the 1-yard line, celebrating as he goes into the end zone again. And I'm like, this motherfucker went through 3 years of college, 4 years of life, and didn't learn a fucking thing. Like, how stupid could you possibly be? Deshaun Jackson's like the biggest dumbass in the world. Like, Coop, if you're watching Dumbass of the Week, it's going to be Deshaun Jackson. Like, for 4 years of life, he just didn't learn, like, get in the end zone, then celebrate.
Then drop the ball. Yeah.
You know,
Well,
but
I mean,
yeah, Josh Donaldson's a dick.
Yeah. Talking New York Yankees baseball, I mean, there's not really too many, spots to look at that are negative, but I mean, I think we definitely hit on them with Gallo and Donaldson. And
What were you
They
going to say
should-
about Chapman?
I was just gonna say that he adds depth to the bullpen, and that helps.
Mhm.
You don't have to stretch out the bullpen too much. You don't have to overwork them. He's going to add depth to it, even if he's not a setup guy, or if he's not, even if he is a setup guy. Say he gives King a day off, or he gives Holmes a day off if he closes. It just adds depth and it helps out actually. So.
I agree with you, but I have a feeling he's going to be in that mode of, well, I can't. Yeah. All I can do is close.
I have a feeling he'd be like that, and then they're just going to trade his ass.
They should trade. They should trade for Benintendi and put him in the outfield and get a Regala.
Yeah, I would like that move.
Just bring up Andujar. Bring up Andujar.
Or Florio. Sure. But guys, thank you for joining us to talk about Yankees baseball. We only have less than 10 minutes left, and we're going to do our newest segment with me and Nick. So thank you guys for joining us. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us at Wrestling Addicts. Their new episode is out now. They discuss Money in the Bank and the Forbidden Door. What's the Forbidden Door?
It's an AEW pay-per-view with New Japan.
It sounds terrible.
You're not that far off.
Yeah, you're pretty close.
All right, guys. Thanks again for joining us.
You got it. Take care, guys.
All right.
That's definitely a Japanese name. Sounds like an anime, The Forbidden Door.
Yeah, well, that's what he said. It wasn't some sort of Japanese thing.
The New Japan Pro Wrestling is the promotion.
Oh, I thought. Well, yeah. So yeah, that's why.
Not like a Japanese thing. It's a crossover with another company.
Oh, I gotcha.
The company that like invented NWO and Bullet Club.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay. All right. Well, this is our new segment. We call I call it quick hitters last week, but I kind of like quick pitch. Quick pitch. You like that as a better nickname for the segment?
Okay.
Because a quick pitch is like a baseball. It's quick pitch.
It is.
So we'll do it. This is called quick pitch. I go through some of the newest sports stories, and then we just do a brief little clip on them. So this one is about Deshaun Watson. So he settled 20 out of 24 of his civil lawsuits set against him for the massage inappropriate sexual assaults.
Wait, do we have to say alleged at this point now that they're settled, or now is it like, oh, it's settled, it's guilty?
No, because that's not. Yeah, it's still alleged because it was never found in a court of law that he actually did it.
Then why did he settle?
Settled doesn't. Well, that doesn't mean you're guilty.
Yeah, settled means you're fucking guilty. Because why would you settle if you weren't guilty?
Well, technically no, but yeah, I get what you mean.
Giving somebody money that I earned because I feel like it. In the court of bad things about me. Here's some money. Shut up.
In the court of public opinion, yes, you'd be guilty, but in the legal sense of it, he's not guilty. But how much of a suspension he gets? Apparently today, NFL came out and said looking for an indefinite suspension of him. What do you think he actually ends up getting at the end of this?
He probably gets about a year, and then they're going to sit there and say it's indefinite until the day before the following season. I think the bigger implication is that he will have not played football for 2 years in the prime of his career. And, after this season, the following year, we're going to start going, can he even play football anymore? He hasn't played in 2 years.
Yeah. And he has a fully guaranteed contract with the Browns. That's going to
I couldn't wish it for a better franchise.
Yeah, it's going to bite them in the ass 100%. So, with him facing suspension, where does Baker Mayfield play?
I think they trade away Mayfield to. I think personally, the best deal for both sides would be to get Baker traded to San Francisco and swap Jimmy G and Baker,
and then play Jimmy G this year.
Yeah,
I think that's actually that makes sense. I was also thinking Seattle, but who do you get back from Seattle? Geno Smith or Drew Lock? Those guys aren't really going to be good replacements for you anyway. I mean, unless the Browns reach out to Baker and try to repair what they've done and been like, kind of made a mistake here. We probably just should have kept you around instead of, dealing with a guy who's not going to play football probably for the last 2 seasons before he actually pays and give him $230 million guaranteed. It's fucking stupid. But I think he either stays where he is. I think he stays with the Browns, or I think he goes to Seattle. Those are my
agree. I agree. He goes to the West Coast, or he stays where he is.
Yeah, I agree. Next one. Which trophy would you prefer? Because we've been talking about trophies earlier today. Stanley Cup, the World Series trophy, or the Masters jacket?
I'm going to go with the Masters jacket. That's yours forever.
And it's exclusive. Well, it's actually not yours. Do you know the Masters jacket doesn't actually leave Augusta? You cannot leave with it.
I did not know that.
Yeah, you apparently have to leave it in the clubhouse. So the winner gets to take it the first couple weeks. They do all their promotions and stuff, but then they have to return it to the clubhouse. And the only time you can wear it is when you're in the clubhouse or on Augusta's grounds.
I got news for you. If I win the Masters and they let me leave, it's never coming back.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I'm going to stay with the Masters jacket.
I like the Masters jacket because it's like solo, but I don't know. It was something about the Stanley Cup. I'm gonna go Stanley Cup here. Just
You know what though? But the next year it's not yours.
no, I know, but it's just the historical nature.
You don't get like a little Stanley Cup to carry with you.
I would get one. I'd get one made. I guess it's just cool holding the Stanley Cup, hoisting it over your head, drinking out of it. It's gotta be a ton of fun.
It absolutely is. But I think of the Masters jacket, like putting it on with one sleeve and then like
yeah, you put it on.
I got my green shirt on and everything right now. I'm ready.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
ready
to go. You're ready for the Masters jacket. All right. So next one. Last week, Congress had spoken to Goodell regarding the Dan Snyder incidents, whether or not they're going to get rid of him or remove him from being ownership. And they kind of were saying that, they're basically, I think Goodell really doesn't have the power to just remove him, but neither does Congress. But they were still doing this investigation, putting a lot of tax dollars, at good use, investigating the NFL, while there's plenty of other things that are going on in the world that they should be looking into. But I digress. One of the Congress guys actually talks about how they kicked out Dave Portnoy. And he's like, well, what about kicking out Dave Portnoy out of the Super Bowl? Do you know anything about it? And the commissioner's like, I don't know what you're talking about. He's like, you never ordered that Dave Portnoy be removed. It's like, this is what we're talking about, Barstool Sports in Congress right now.
That would have been me. I would have kicked Dave Portnoy out just because he looks like a douche. He looks like a douche, and he's always like, one bite, everybody knows the rules. 6 bites later, and then like he's from Boston. What the fuck does he know about pizza?
Yeah, I agree with you there. But
tell me about baked beans. Give me your best baked beans fucking evaluation, Boston boy. The fuck you know about pizza?
So this is where things get weird. Republican Pat Fallon, who's a representative in Congress, gave the following very weird speech. But a scant 7.5 years ago, I'm reading, this is what his quote is. Another scandal rocked our nation, threatening the very core and foundation of our republic. That being, of course, Deflategate, where an NFC championship game, the NFL footballs, the pigskins, the rock, the pill, the hand egg, the melon, and the leather was mysteriously underflated by 2 PSIs. This led to a multifaceted investigations, months long, thousands of dollars spent, where the GOAT, Mr. California Cool, the real Slim Brady, the master of the tuck, the Lord of the Rings, Tom Terrific, Tom Brady was suspended by the league. And I'm like, come on, guy. Are you kidding me? This is Congress.
First of all, Tom Terrific is fucking Tom Seaver. Okay.
It's true.
Let's get that out the window right now. Tom Terrific is Tom Seaver, not Tom Brady. Okay.
What about the real Slim Brady? I've actually never heard that.
He could be the real Slim Brady. That guy's in Congress. Jesus Christ.
He's a Republican representative of Texas. He's originally he's a Massachusetts native. So that's why.
Really? You don't say.
Oh, yeah, right.
Brady in the middle of fucking. Did he think that Brady would call him up and be like, hey, man, thanks for the shout out? Guess again, guy. Brady don't give a shit about you.
Thanks for wasting my tax dollars.
You know how much money they got paid for them to sit there and listen to him say those things?
And Goodell just had to sit there listening to this guy gush over Tom Brady.
You know what? I don't believe this shit. Talking about, Dan Snyder, I don't believe that they can't fire him because didn't the NBA get rid of the owner of the Clippers?
Donald Sterling? Yeah, they did. But I forgot what was the. But I don't know. I don't know the ground. I gotta
look. It was something with regard to something racist, wasn't it?
His was something racist, but
or sexual, something like that. And I'm pretty sure Dan Snyder has both of those things against him.
Yeah, I actually don't know. I have to look more into it, but I think they were saying somewhere about how they can't actually remove him. Well, Congress can't. Goodell couldn't.
It's a private fucking enterprise. How the hell would Congress remove him?
That's what I'm saying. Why they investigated?
That would be like Congress firing a car salesman at a fucking Dana Lincoln Mercury. Free plus Dana Lincoln Mercury.
But that's what I'm trying to say. Like, what are we doing?
Or Dana Ford. Yeah, Congress is just firing people for private companies now.
Yeah.
If you work for Microsoft, watch the fuck out. Congress is coming for you.
The last one I had was, did you watch the Angels Mariners brawl?
I did not. Please tell me about this. I didn't even know they got into a fight. What time did they get into a fight? 4:00 in the morning?
Actually, I think it was a day game, so it's probably like 6:00 here.
But two teams nobody gives a shit about, and they were like, "Well, let's just fight," so somebody talks about us this week.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. They accomplished that because now we're talking about them. I forgot who it was, the Mariners. I go back, but they basically the batter got hit. He kind of looked towards the bench, and just started charging the bench. And at one point, J.P. Crawford, who's a shortstop for the Mariners, just jumps in and just starts wailing on one of the Angels, like right at his at his head. It's pretty
Not
impressive.
Ohtani.
It wasn't Ohtani. I think
Not
Ohtani
Trout.
was scared. He probably ran away. It
Not Trout, right?
wasn't Trout either. I can't remember who else.
And it doesn't matter who he was punching.
It might have been Anthony Rendon. Anthony Rendon came out and hit the batter in the face. A bunch of people got in trouble. It was pretty intense. Look online. You'll see the fight. It's pretty intense. It was pretty awesome. It was good to see an old-fashioned baseball brawl again.
Like Tino Martinez and Armando Benitez.
Yeah, when Graham Lloyd came running out from the bullpen.
Graham Lloyd.
Yeah, coming out from the bullpen. That was awesome. But that's it for the quick pitch tonight. And I think that's it for the show. So, Nick,
that is it. Thank you very much for spending this time with us. From all, last thing I'll say is, I forgot what I was going to say, but it doesn't matter anyway. We're done over here. We'll catch you again next week. Bad times don't last. Dreams come true. Oh, my fault. I said it wrong. It's hard work pays off. Dreams come true. Bad times don't last, but bad guys do.
That's a epic way to end this